こんにちは。はい。スチールライジング、続きやっていきます。今日終わらせられたらいいかな。終わりまでいけるかな。こっちか。帰り道がわからない。はい。バイードの保管庫から入手した、なんとか湯をこのお手紙とともにお送りいたします。ご指示をお待ち申し上げております。記者が送ってくれただけのなんとか湯があれば、ランタンの一つぐらいなら破壊できるはずだ。だが、ロベスピエール殿から鋭い指摘があった。私たち人間は誰一人としてあの呪いの上下に近づくことができない。近づこうものなら命が危ういのだ。ラファイエット伯爵公爵閣下によると、ピエール・ショデルロ・ド・ラクロという砲兵士官兼軍事技術者である男が革命的な砲弾を作り出したそうだ。大砲から離れたその砲弾は着弾時に内部に入っているものをぶちまけることができるらしい。我々はラクロを探し出し、その砲弾の秘密を聞き出さなくてはならない。奴はオルレアン公の支持者なのだが、今どこで息を潜めているか不明だ。我々の勝利の決定だとなりやもしれん。頼む、奴を見つけ出してくれ。新しいクエスト。ちゃんと行けるところでお願いします。一旦ここか。 出すならどっちかな、こっちかな。
Monsieur le Marquis,
I'm listening, Aegis.
the bonds are in my possession.
And to whom do you intend to give them?
I have decided to use these bonds to support your cause. I implore you to put them to good use.
I swear it to you. You made the right choice, Dancer. Only professional soldiers and well-trained conscripts stand a chance of winning back the kingdom.
Can I help you, Aegis?
What is the significance of these objects steeped in memories?
Nemes. I have reread every work that I have on them. Pages that have remained unintelligible to this day. These echoes go back to the beginning of time, to that fateful day in ancient Greece when some dark magician took it into his head to bind a soul to an inanimate object. You see, Aegis, there is nothing more diabolical, nothing more unnatural than this sorcery. The soul is the very essence of the divine. It refuses to submit to such an abomination and resists, eventually breaking. The earliest necromancers whose works have survived through the centuries all describe the same phenomenon. When a soul is fragmented, 3 shards of memory are torn from its consciousness and take shelter in 3 objects that the victim held dear. It's as if these memories wish to remain bound to the mortal who had held them until then.
I found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Medieval Latin, to be precise. Oh, hold on. Bon sang. Aegis, what a find. This handwriting. I would recognize it anywhere. It's in Nicholas Flamel's own hand. Give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able to glean from it.
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis, and what I learned from it puzzles me. In this diary, Flamel tells of 3 journeys. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. A strange world filled with wandering souls. Tormented spirits that are unable to ascend to heaven.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victims were trapped until I freed them.
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. Flamel planned to return there a 4th time. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st of March 1418. That was the day before he died, Aegis. What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? What if he were trapped, a prisoner in this purgatory? Aegis, because of your unique nature, we have an incredible opportunity.
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it too. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory, where Cagliostro entraps the souls of his victims.
Hold on. Are you trying to convince me to go and find Nicholas Flamel?
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone. Surely you won't pass it up.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory, do I even have a chance of finding him there?
Certainly. According to this journal, the soul flies to the zenith of the place where it left the body of the deceased. Or that of the pilgrim, in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the house where he drew his dying breath.
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency, in the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église Saint-Jacques.
And how do you plan to free my spirit from this automat?
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your machinery. For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, ma chère. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or electric currents, or something or other. Therein lies the problem. This is far beyond my comprehension. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier could shed some light on the matter.
Goodbye, mon père.
よくわからんかった。
Monsieur Bailly. I found this box with astronomical symbols on it. I believe it belongs to Vaucanson's daughter.
Athenais' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift to her on her 15th birthday.
I wasn't able to open it.
Naturellement. Athenais and I are the only ones who know how. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athenais' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Athenais is always wearing this. It contains a portrait of her late mother. She said it was her most cherished possession in all the world. To think, the poor child never knew her own mother.
Lydia! You monster! What did you do to her?
Good God. Lydia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. Athenais de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athenais.
動画
It is her spirit that animates you.
別のやつが
Is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athenais as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you. I am Athenais.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athenais, Lydia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athenais' body?
God only knows.
Nice the body.
Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive. This is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
あ、いいえ。今この手紙は秘密裏にそして大急ぎで書いている。この手紙を君へ送る伝書記に神のご加護があらんこと。私は囚人の身となり、待ち受けている運命は明らかになった。バスティーユへと移送され、最後の秘密を吐かされる。アテナイスは運よく逃げ出すことができたが、連中は捕まえようと躍起になっているだろう。もし可能ならアテナイスを助け出してやってくれ。万が一捕らえられてしまったら脅迫の材料として使われてしまう。だが私は決して口を割るつもりはない。たとえこの命を投げ出すことに なろうと。さらばだ。君の友、ウジェーヌより。ウジェーヌは生きてんのかな？死んでんのかな？
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
To what end?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able to visit purgatory.
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle that imbues you with life, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking an unacceptable risk. Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Ludia and Aegis.
Bon sang, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory, but earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, before setting off for the convent, I found looters making off with its contents.
Blasted scavengers. Their kind are always quick to make the most of chaos.
I chased them to the keys, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided it was best not to follow them.
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down. Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Did you find...
No, Monsieur.
Don't forget that those documents are our only chance to discover what was used to craft... The looters disappeared into the tunnels under the Louvre and the Tuileries. I find it hard to believe that they were able to...
Regarding Ludia's blueprints...
Were you able to get them?
No, Monsieur.
Don't forget that those... The looters... I find it hard...
No mercy. いっぱいサブクエ出てきたね。いっぱいでもなかった。1個だけ。さて、どれ強化しようかな。これ。間違えた。これ何がいいかな。これ使ってみるか。強そう。
Bon Dieu de bon Dieu, boss. It hurts. It hurts.
なんかいた。
Steel yourself, Claude. Just be thankful you got out alive.
I'm still in pretty bad shape.
何々どこに
Be
いるの
quiet.
この人。
Don't you think it was worth it? This tunnel is a gold mine. With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for a long time.
Monsieur,
Huh? Who goes there?
Oh, so, let's get the hell out of here! Run, Claude! Run if you can!
Oh, my lure! I told you we'd get caught.
あれ以上。痛い。間違えた。危な。こっち行こう。はい、上にいますね。こんだけか。帰り道か。
the looters from the observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance.
これないんでしょ。してる。
Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
そうすればまた、手渡し。なるほど。郵送もいける。あ、どっちでもいいでしょうか。こっちでいいんか。送りつけると不運な鹿。確かにそんなことだろうと、そのような死に方をする必要はなかったはずだ。連中はこの設計図をどうするつもりだったんだ。神のご加護があり、ラボアジエ殿と私はここから値千金の情報を学び取れた。王冠村がルディアの踊りの時間を設定するのに使っていた古い次元装置を発見したのだ。まだその装置は機体の中に眠っているはずだ。それを反転させ、休止時間を設定すれば魂だけをその機械の体から切り離すことができる。だがしかし、私たちの補助なしでそれを実現するためには、折を見て取り外すことができるピンをその体に付け加えなくてはならない。できるだけ早くコルドリエ修道院まで戻ってきてほしい。結局戻るんかーい。どうしよっかなー。強化してみるか。強そうやしな。
Monsieur Bailly, here are the blueprints you asked for.
渡しましたよ。
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end.
Oh, the poor souls. Their crimes did not deserve such a permanent ending.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B-wheel, and its axis is on the shaft that's visible at this point.
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the conical bearing and the small groove here. See?
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these two plates to disable the entire thing.
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me.
あた。
I have to do it alone. Half a league away.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another solution.
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking us to do the impossible.
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
Hold on, my dear Antoine. Is this device in figure 4? Is it still in place?
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang. It's a timer. It's primitive, true, but fully functional.
The dial has marks from 1 to 15, probably minutes.
It was to allow Uzhen to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could instead turn it into a period of inactivity.
Nous y sommes, mon ami. Fantastic.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the time is right. Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble finding something that will do. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will come back to life. However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, I admit that we can't be sure of this. What do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong from the beginning, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then, shall we start the preparations?
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before your spirit returns to your body. We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you, my child.
Oh.これか。まっすぐ行くと。ルート。こっちでいいかな。 ざめの世界。ここかな。だから、 うんうん。ここね。結構遠いな。武器かな。モジュールもらっとこう。あとはランドリンドの絵。約束通り私の邸宅の隣にできた穴を埋めてくださいませ。ずっとたちはまたもやその穴を使って地下室にある備蓄品を奪い取っているのです。今すぐにあなたの助けが必要です。エミール・コタン。モンモレンシー通りの種商人。かつての錬金術師の住処より。さあ、あれわからん。さあ、狭間行くぜ。狭間の世界。
Monsieur.
Zoons! Praise be to the Holy Mother of our Lord, at last thou speakest! Gentle dame, you have erred here for so long, not a word uttered. In singular contemplation of such terrible slaughter.
A long time, you say? That's not possible, sir. I've just now appeared to you.
Nay, but thou must trust me. And thou wast hardly alone in this limbo. There were many travellers, stiff and silent, all in agony, all bound to the anchor stone.
What travellers do you speak of?
The first to arrive was a sobbing child, searching for his mother. After him, many a damned soul carrying their own heads in hand. Then, those whose thoughts passed through me. A minister of God tormented by doubt.
Hold on. A minister of God? Monseigneur de la Fare.
A scholar with soul star-filled, and a learned master of alchemy.
Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier.
A usurer who shed so many tears for his lady.
Monsieur Necker, mourning his wife.
All bound to the anchor stone. Wretched souls, their ascension to the heavens repelled.
The anchor stone, monsieur.
Lapis philosophorum.
The philosopher's stone.
Aye! Vile knave who took it for his own lately. No count is he but that of trespass and perfidy.
Cagliostro.
Well met. The rope for this varlet and I shall be avenged. The anchor stone keeps the travelers in this limbo and makes them masters of the Iron Titans. From the defunct springs the fire that burns inside these demons. Lanterns of the dead. Witchcraft of the blackest sort.
The terrible slaughter. You say I was just observing the massacres?
Aye. Vile, innumerable crimes. The devil's own accursed titans and their restless horde. They drinketh from the lake where the souls of the dead sleep. Men and women offered in sacrifice to feed the pyre. Then the terrible maw was opened, and in flowed legion of the dead. Ne'er hast I seen such and so many here during all my stay. Oh! The stone is verily mine dark confine. Lonely, so lonely, that mine vessel is no more, and my soul still cloistered in this place. Alack, I do despair of ever ascending to heaven. Gentle dame, I prithee do shatter mine stone.
You want me to break the stone that contains your soul? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Aye, my God. I beg thee.
Do you know where this stone is? You've been buried for more than 3 centuries, monsieur.
The precious jewel, sublime treasure, was inscribed in my legacy, my testament. On my tomb engraved, gentle dame, on the tomb!
Hmm. 次はニコラの墓ですか。
What a strange encounter. I must tell Abbe Grégoire about it immediately. グリモワール完全なるものによって不完全なものは浄化される。すべての金属の父たる太陽、そして母たる月へ技術はもたらされる。賢者の硫黄と水銀を原初の物質に戻すことができれば、黄金へとその姿を変えることができるだろう。賢人ならば、亡者がごとく、なんとか神と暗黒に包まれたまま働くことはない。金の連星かな。肉体より解放されし魂は、世の困窮に苦しめられることもなし。賢者の意志は人の持つはつかなる願望を成就さす。煉獄への幸福に満ちし、巡礼に赴かば、なんちゃら不尊に欲深なる王子どもが持ちし黄金を欲さず、いふかひなき血肉の存在にとりて、死はもはや怖がることにも、かこちあはれがることにも、なんとかなり。しからば、この展開の重い死は史上の宝物と言うべし。読みにくい。読みにくい。
で、あとは戻るだけ。どっか簡単に戻る方法が、戻るルートができたはず。これか。行ったり来たりさせるね。そろそろ終わらへんかな。
Can I help you, Aegis?
The plan worked as we had hoped. My spirit left my body, and I traveled to the in-between.
This is extraordinary. It confirms all my theories.
You were right about the rest, too. Nicholas Flamel's soul had never left the in-between.
Mon Dieu, 4 centuries. What a fearsome fate. Were you able to speak with this unfortunate soul?
Yes, mon père. He claimed that I had been in purgatory for a long time, but had never spoken until then.
Please, go on.
He said he had met other visitors. Based on his descriptions, he was speaking of Monseigneur de la Fare, Minister Necker, Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier. They all seemed unaware of his presence. All bound to the Anchor Stone. Those were his words.
All those whom Cagliostro turned into his homicidal playthings. Yes, it is just as I thought. The subject has the impression of being the automat it is bound to, but his soul remains in the in-between world.
Mon père, Monsieur Flamel begged me to free him from purgatory. He has suffered for too long.
How can we help him?
If he is to be believed, we would simply have to break his stone.
Of course, the Philosopher's Stone. The Anchor Stone that keeps him in the in-between. But where could it be after all this time?
Look at this, mon père. These are Philosopher's Stones made by Cagliostro's hand. Do they look familiar?
Heavens, they do. Aegis. The ancient chalice of Saint-Jacques is adorned with a similar stone. It was entrusted to me by the parish priests, along with some other relics. I stored it in a reliquary chest in this very room. Here's the key. Go. Let us not waste a second more.
Goodbye, mon père.
はい。これね。
Here it is.
4 centuries, Aegis. 4 centuries. No mind can begin to comprehend what this poor man has suffered.
Is this the fate that awaits us? An eternity of silence and solitude?
Purgatory is just a stop on the journey, Monseigneur.
Oh, I would give anything to believe it again.
Monsieur Flamel, the time has come to set you free.
Seigneur, Dieu nous garde.
Oh, blessed maid who has broken my chains! Heavenly light! Oh, heavenly light! I shall become one with it!
Et cum haec dixis et videntibus illis elevatus est.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Hallelujah! Purgatory is not the end. Do you know what that means, Abbot?
Before I say anything, I would like to take the time to consider the phenomenon we have just witnessed with a clear head.
You are mistaken. What we have just seen and heard makes us new apostles. From this day on, I will live only to share the good news of this divine manifestation.
That is all well and good, Monseigneur. Alas, I will not be able to join your apostolate, for there is no mission more vital than the one we are undertaking. At the moment when the tyrant aims to annihilate his subjects, I have a duty to put deeds before prayer.
サブク読まったかな。さあ、全部終わった。あとはメイン。久々にメインクエスト。いきなりいただけるな。何しにここ来たか忘れた。モンマルトルの採石場を目指す。はい。無理か。あ。お、いけない。いけないんかい。お、いけた。 あ、間違えた。
If Monsieur Marat is hiding somewhere in the depths of this quarry, use this mobile walkway.
そこ目指そう。
This mobile walkway leads to the depths of the quarry. I will explore the area and try to find a way to make it work.
バグった。 カウンター特殊攻撃は結局何かわからない。これでいいや。
Here we go. That should work.
グレード。モジュールアップグレードしたいな。ないんだよな。これ。うん。やっぱこっちの方が強いのでは。 ジ短いな。しんどいな。強いような弱いような。グレード。あれ、ああ、なるほど。合力補正が上がった。つけたい気がする。やるか。すげえ伸びる。いいね。強いかもしれない。この武器強いかもしれない。
Fine, it's over for me. The printer's was ransacked. I barely escaped from the guards sent to arrest me. I must disappear and hope that things will one day turn to my advantage.
In truth, the timing is excellent. According to my informants, the king is planning a coup de force against the Third Estate. I think it's high time for all of us to go underground with you. Once we're hidden in the catacombs, we can prepare a counter-offensive in peace.
Does the Duke approve of this withdrawal?
Oh, that fool. He's indecisive as usual. Always busy dreaming about his cousin's crown. But I've prepared the terrain. He will let me do as I please as long as I serve his interests.
未確保。あ、別に装備じゃないか。どこ来てしまった。みんな遠距離してくれやん。 下も何かある。どっから行こう。どっから行こうかな。下降りるか。ララックっぽい。痛い。届かん。街ができるな、この武器。パパか。安定最強。ショートカットかな。はい。これはショートカットルートか、これも。こっちは特になし。 はあ、怖え。落ちたくねえ。お。も行きたい。血は届かねえ。死にそう。無理せんとこ。
Monsieur Marat's men waged a terrible fight here. Some of these poor men were trampled to death.
これか。強いなこいつ。穴ハンマーいいな。ボスクラスは穴ハンマーかな。死にそう。
They barricaded themselves in to escape the enemy. The only way through was the hallway.
いけた。どうしよっかな。これかな。あれ足りない。微妙に足りない。
Look at them, parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I worked to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. How naive I was to imagine that My pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
危険な関係。時は満ちた。最終決戦は近い。数週間に及ぶ地下生活で鍛えられた我々は最後の砦であるモンマルトルを死守するつもりだ。生き残るのは我らか、それとも戦友を殺していったからくりか。だが、戦場を変えるつもりはない。兵員が次々と減少しているにもかかわらず、すでに第一部隊は粉骨最新の働きで大洞窟の地面に破壊工作を行っている。敵を大洞窟に誘い込み封じ込める。このあまりにも困難な任務を実行し成功に導くことができるかは我らの手腕にかかっているのだ。この戦場から逃げ延びようなどと思っている者は一人もいない。我らは愛国心で胸を燃やし死地へと赴くのである。フィリップ一世万歳。やばい時代やな。密輸人の帽子、マンドランなんちゃら。弱そう。弱い。これ系は何がいいんや？良さがわからん。人おったんか。
Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diable, c'est ma tante. So this is the famous huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly, 'tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you. Oh, oui. You're just as they described. An angel of death. Descended from the heavens to vanquish the clockwork tyrant.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de la Clos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are. Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please. Cependant, you are still an automat. Who is your master?
It was on the Queen's orders that I came to Paris.
The poor thing. To what new level of desperation has her husband's madness driven her? Does she finally intend to leave this kingdom, where she should never have set her dainty little feet?
No, monsieur. She means to put an end to her husband's madness.
What, with you? You in what army? That's quite amusing, you must admit.
And you, Monsieur Marat? Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans. His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty. The Bourbons, along with their wars, their crimes, and their vices, are finished. It's high time their scepter be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army that's currently setting Paris ablaze.
What Volcanson has done, only Volcanson can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter the fortress.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and terror in the depths of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements. Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple. And that's the only way to reach the Bastille.
And yet that's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Indeed.
Here.
Indeed.
This will allow you to reach the lower tunnels.
マラーに尋ねる。長い。長い。
Have you fixed the walkway?
I am working on it, Monsieur Marat.
That's the only way to reach the lower tunnels. The mechanism is on this level, near the walkway.
Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story. I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Indeed. I went there.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre. The only survivor, it seems. Despite his serious injuries, he was particularly talkative.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king's pay. That the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over to the automats.
What evidence did your guest have?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating in the camp shortly before the Royal Army attacked. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge pouches. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize each other. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis. Vous ne croyez pas?
These are suspicions. Nothing more.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof of this conspiracy. Then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good. The would-be dictator's plans would be foiled.
I must get to the bottom of this urgently.
Very well. I encourage you to do so. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted alone. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into the members of his staff. Start in Place Dauphine, where those brigands sullied the ground with their boots.
Monsieur Marat, did you take part in an operation that aimed to kidnap the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte?
Me take part in an operation? Nonsense. My only weapon is my pen, and I have sharpened it, believe you me. That said, we did receive some information concerning the children. Unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy. If such an operation did indeed take place, Monsieur de Leclos would have been the one behind it. Alas, I fear that he is no longer of this world. There is little doubt that he and his men fell in the galleries.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat, what exactly are you doing hiding in a quarry?
I've made a lot of enemies. In my publications, I have always denounced the corrupt, and those who corrupt them. These vampires who cheat the weak and bleed the nation dry. Chief among them? That crook Lafayette. That Trenz Sabre. A career soldier who thinks he's Caesar. Not content to maintain an army of rats, this Blondin has all the Châtelet's judges in his pocket. It seems my prose upset him, as he swore to hunt me down. If I hadn't fled, I'd have been done for, there's no doubt about that.
Who are your compagnons?
Patriots who come and go in the quarries throughout the city, under the command of Monsieur Leclos. Alas, there are few left. And I wager that it won't be long before the machines that have taken over our hiding place find me. My hours are numbered. Mais vous-même, Have you found any companions for yourself?
Members and supporters of the Third Estate have gathered at the Cordelier Convent.
Would you be so kind as to name them?
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre, the Comte de Mirabeau is there.
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who skillfully dons every colour of the rainbow.
The Marquis de Lafayette, Monsignor de...
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of cowardice and treason. With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who is Monsieur de Leclos?
A brilliant writer whose pen has shaken the old world, but is also an experienced military engineer who has sworn his sword to our common cause, to his great misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt that he died leading his men through the tunnels.
なるほど。うん。ここ攻略してからかな。
Thanks to what I learned from Monsieur Marat, I will use the mobile walkway to reach the lower levels. Voila. That should have fixed the walkway.
全部回ったかな。マンドラのキュラとマンドラのカリガとバスキまあ弱いよね。戦利品倍率いらんかな。
Monsieur Laclos was the Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer. He was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic.
何回グレードどうしよっかな。スタミナかな。活力OK。 なんか上行けそう。これ戻ってきただけか。めんどくせえ。よかっしゃ。痛い。ルートはこっちか。かかりの来る。弱いんだな。
Leclos, you're alive.
Platoon. Ready. Fire! Fire at will! Senor, we can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets. Fixed bayonets!
The fighting has stopped. It's over. Voyez? The Huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops... Where are the troops?
You are the only survivor, Leclos.
No. No. We were so close. But those machines... An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them. We were forced to retreat. Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
It was madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated risk.
After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastions. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans should have been there. A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. But the king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of automats at the service of a terrible machine.
Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best agents.
Agents?
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, have always worked in the shadows, within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs, amidst the rank and file in the army.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machinations have you discovered?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our rivals. Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's corruption, and many darker secrets.
Such as Lafayette's plot to rescue the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte.
How on earth do you know that?
She seems as well informed as we are.
喋らなくなった。ちょっと。イベントバグってる。
Once again, the king has won.
That won't always be the case. But right now I have something urgent I must do. Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were sparred within the
What?
enough neck and
Tell me about this machine that guards the Bastille.
we were prepared to face an enemy, not an executioner. That thing, half butcher's block, half stocks, was designed to make heads roll.
Who captured you, monsieur?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro was in charge. He was the one who ordered me to be shut up in that coffin. Then I was thrown into that awful place where I lost consciousness. After that, everything is a series of blurred visions, with a voice that ordered me to kill. Again and again.
I intend to enter the Bastille and free Monsieur de Vaucanson.
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the machines.
Indeed, it's possible. In that case, if you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path and slaughtered my lieutenants, then don't waste a second. Let's not stay here much longer, Marat. Let's head back to our burrow. There's still some wine left, n'est-ce pas?
More than enough, Leclos. More than enough.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken dreams until this finally comes to an end.
いなくなった。カウンター効率化モジュール。さて、どこ行けばいいでしょうか。違う。ここでサイドクエストなのか。サイド行きたいなぁ。グルートがわからん。多分無理か。無理っぽい。
Here you are at last. This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to rush. The fighting in these tunnels has weakened the structure. If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't be able to turn back. Delor, I have just one bit of advice to give you. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind any unfinished business. Any commitments that you've not fully met. I shall return to my hiding place. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful. Ne croyez-vous pas?
どこから来たっけ？こっちか。一旦これ。アップグレードはするものは特にない。うん。特になし。それでいけんのかな。帰り道か。でもう一回行くと。一旦別のサブクエ行くか。これ行こう。これ行こう。 圧力かな。
Not even the commanding officer was spared. Lafayette didn't hand over his army to the king. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine. A headquarters at the Pont au Change. By all appearances, it's not official. Most likely an underground hiding place that can be entered from the riverbank. I'll try to track down Capitaine Lefebvre. If he and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis des Noirs, he must have gone towards the Châtelet. It would have been a desperate move for certain. I doubt any of them survived the retreat. But now that I think about it, the padlocked door near the Pont au Change, could that be the entrance?
どこのこと?
A conspirator's secret sign. There was most certainly a conspiracy. There's no doubt about that. But those involved shared the same fate as the rest of them.
Mm. どこから行こう。ルートがあるんや。ここはさすがに無理。 これか。どこがつながったんや。ここか。これね。ところな気がするけど。OK。
There's no point trying to force it. This lock requires a 4-letter password. I should follow Capitan Lefebvre's footsteps. He and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis de Noir. They must have gone towards the Châtelet. I doubt they survived their retreat.
戻るのめんどくさい。どうしよう。もう一個からか。
The poor souls. They died just steps from their goal.
でっかい槍。
York. What does that mean?
OK。いや、近くてよかった。あれ、違う。空いてるからここから行ったらいいんか。すぐやんか。
Good. The lock opened. The headquarters. This place must be studied carefully. This document bears the signature of the Marquis de Lafayette. So the rumors were true. The Garde Nationale wasn't formed spontaneously. All of this was carefully orchestrated. Marquis de Lafayette explained himself.
ディスコボルスの戦輪予想。名前は強そう。わからない。まあこれでいいか。我らアメリカ人民の解放者たるサントンジュ連隊の士官、兵士、そして退役兵はこのフランス王国に秩序を取り戻すことができる唯一の人物、ラファイエット将軍閣下に忠誠を誓います。心身を投げ打ってでも、神明を投げ打ってでも、閣下のご指示に従い、閣下がご尽力なされる軍事的、政治的目的をいかなる方法をもってしても実現させることを誓約します。ラファイエット万歳。怖いよ。またかと思われるかもしれないが、マラーの愚行を止めることの重要性を再び強調させていただきたい。あの男はしかるべき処罰から逃げ続けている。我らの軍事行動が成功を収めたとしても、マラーがのうのうと不和の種をばらまいている限り、平和を取り戻すことは不可能なのだ。そこで、作戦行動中においては、マラーが混乱に乗じて我らの捜索網から漏れることがないよう、十二分に注意を払っていただきたい。生け捕りが望ましいが、協力を拒むのなら、あらゆる手段を行使しても構わない。マラーもやばいやん。狙われてるやん。このサブクエは面白い。あとは帰ろう。そこどこ？違う。 コインコインコイン。これ。ちょっと金が足りない。一旦これかな。ラファイエと問い詰めたろう。お前か。お前に金あげてもたやん。どうしよう。
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
Monsieur le Marquis, there is a most unfortunate rumor about you going round.
Oh, just one, is that?
You are accused of having delivered the troops who had gathered in the Place Dauphine over to the king.
Calumny. This is nothing less than vile slander.
Save your breath, General. The rumor is true. I can prove it. There's no point in trying to defend yourself. I know that you raised the National Guard for the sole purpose of taking command of it. There was nothing spontaneous about the uprising.
Do you have any evidence to support your accusations?
I do. I have the manifesto.
Bon sang.
Why resort to this manipulation?
You must understand what I have done. I did for the good of the kingdom. I wanted to stop this massacre while protecting the Queen and the Dauphin. In the name of the people, Aegis. But an actual uprising of the people would have inevitably led to disaster. Only professional soldiers could organize and lead the resistance.
Who were your accomplices?
My brothers in arms, the brave men of the Régiment de Saintonge, veterans of the American War, men who at the Battle of Yorktown brought an empire to its knees. Alas, we gravely underestimated the enemy's forces. We thought we would face an infantry supported by a handful of machines, but an entire army of automats. It was unthinkable.
Some accuse you of harboring a lust for power. The circumstances were to your advantage.
These aspersions are all too familiar to me. But tell me, if I wanted the crown for myself, why did I not take it when I returned from America? When I had seasoned troops at my command and the people sang my praises with one voice? No, that makes no sense. Though I readily admit that I do believe I am worthy of fulfilling an important role for the Queen after her son is crowned. Lieutenant General of the Kingdom, for example. Or even, if circumstance requires, the Regent. Voila. Now you know everything. I haven't left anything out. However, this truth, if it were made public, would play right into my enemy's hands. So I ask you not to reveal anything I've just told you, and to give me the manifesto.
No, General. You'll forgive me for choosing to hold on to it.
In that case, my fate remains in your hands. Can you at least tell me where my detractor is hiding? The one who is spreading these charming rumors about me.
I cannot tell you anything, General.
Oh, no matter. I will not let this serpent continue to vilify me. I shall get redress for these aspersions in the end.
Do as you wish, General de Lafayette. I spoke with Monsieur Marat and Monsieur Laclos.
Ah, the scoundrels. Did you force them to confess? Do you know what they did with the children?
They admitted to organizing the ambush at Gros Caillou.
Cursed recreants.
Cowardly corrupters of innocence. Where are they holding their prisoners? They must be rescued immediately.
They do not have Charlotte and the Dauphin.
Excuse me? They dare to claim that?
It is the truth. The ambush was a catastrophe. The king had gotten wind of your plans. Automats from Versailles slaughtered the kidnappers and seized the children. By now, the children will have been reunited with their father. There is little doubt about that.
Mon Dieu. Then it is from the clutches of that tyrant in his own palace that they must be saved. I fear that such an undertaking is doomed to failure, although there is no question of giving up.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
お金あげてしまった。マラへ報告。
Monsieur Marat.
Madame?
I'm surprised to find you here. Did you follow me?
Didn't you know? The Duke's allies are always impeccably informed. Some even say that we have eyes and ears everywhere.
What do you want from me?
To tell you the truth, I can't wait to hear what you've discovered about the matter at hand. And I was afraid you might leave me in the lurch. You can never be too cautious these days. That's why I decided it would be better for me to come to you.
I found no incriminating facts. Nothing to indicate that the Marquis was involved in a conspiracy.
Come now, what do you mean? You sure you're not leaving anything out?
Why do you assail this man so?
Because I will not permit things to go from bad to worse. I will not allow the patriots who are now fighting our tyrant to suffer yet another oppressor. That's why, in the name of the French people, I ask you one last time, do you have any proof to give me?
No. You must believe me.
Eh bien, if that's true, then there's no hope for us. I must admit defeat. We will have either the King or Lafayette, one despot or another. In either case, my fate is sealed. I will soon join the Duke in exile, and I will abandon my beloved people to their doom. I have no other choice.
あれ、初ってなんやろ、失敗。か。ほど長。これか。早く来てー。
Monsieur Laclos,
Can I help you, madame?
the representatives of the people are asking for your help, monsieur.
Who exactly are you talking about?
The patriots and representatives of the Third Estate who escaped the massacre.
I need names, madame.
Monsieur de Robespierre, Monsieur Lavoisier, the Marquis de Lafayette.
All these men have declared themselves enemies of the cause to which we have sworn allegiance to.
Is there any cause more important than saving the nation?
No, of course not. And what do these so-called defenders of the people want from me?
They believe they have found a way to neutralize the royal automats for good. And to do it, they beg you to give them one of the explosive cannonballs you invented.
Ma foi, if there is a way to stop these death machines, then I have a duty to assist them. But you must understand that I shall remain on my guard. When doing deals with the enemy, you must take precautions for when the game ends.
If that's how you feel, then by all means take steps to ensure your safety.
Let me think. Where are the representatives?
At the Couvent des Cordeliers.
Very well. Here's what we're going to do. I will go to the convent immediately and try to negotiate a truce. As for you, here is the key to a trunk in the next room. It contains a prototype of my cannonball, as well as the patents and pages that explain how to manufacture it. Bring all of this to me at the convent. However, do not give me anything unless I specifically request it. Is that clear?
Perfectly clear, monsieur. I will follow your instructions.
もう一枚岩じゃないんやからめんどくさいな。さあ帰ろう。ギスギスしてんなぁ。
Madame, these gentlemen and I have come to an agreement.
That is good news.
We will resolve our differences when the time comes. The matter is settled.
You can count on it, Laclos. But now it is clear that we are fighting the same adversary.
Adversary? You are rather indulgent, Monsieur le Marquis. It seems that you are still fond of him, despite his heinous crimes.
Oh, de grâce.
Truly, the king is no more than a wild beast. And together, in large numbers, we will hunt him down.
Madame, please give the model and the engineering notes to Monsieur de Robespierre. However, you shall hold on to the patents. No one knows what the future may hold.
Let there be peace between you gentlemen, for there is still much work to be done. We believe we now have a way to destroy the lanterns. Without them, the machines will no longer be able to carry out their sinister task. But it is still just a strategy, which needs to be tested. And even a conclusive experiment will not guarantee our success. Where will we find a working cannon? How will we get more vitriol? How will we make more cannonballs? Please, I ask each of you to set to work without delay. Pour la nation, messieurs.
Pour la nation.
Pour la nation.
Pour la nation.
さて、あとはメインクエストか。
か。行く方向ね。座ってこう。
If I take one more step, there will be no turning back. This path will lead me straight to the Quartier du Temple.
Okay.下降りていくだけか。 かれそうで嫌やな。ルートは上。ああ。はい。しろしろ。はいはい。どうしにくい。どうすんのこれ。これでいいか。怖い。寄れへん。3つ目。換気効率。盾使わんからな。そっか。そういう系のやつか。これで。いけた。けど、特に何もない。何もない。 もしれない。この武器。突然のロード。どこ？何からどうなってここ？つなげ方無理やりやな。
There's no turning back. From now on, I will have to do without a carriage. The Bastille is to the south.
本格的にイラストっぽい。バスティー。火薬を発見する。ちょっとまた戻れるっぽいな。今回はこれぐらいにしとこうかな。次でクリアまでいけるかな。よいしょ。ライトボリュームある。はい。この配信見てくれた人、もしいればありがとうございます。フォローもよければお願いします。今回はこの辺で配信終了と思います。では、お疲れ様です。バイバーイ。